Hello and welcome back to my channel. I can hear my voice growing as I make video after video after video today. So I apologize once again for the cough. It still exists. My raspy voice still sucks. But let's talk about Sharpiegate, or Donald Trump's whole Alabama's gonna get hit by a hurricane thing. Ugh. Why? Okay, so Hurricane Dorian, originally on August, 29th and 30th, had a projection plan that might have hit a little bit of Alabama. But as you know, as hurricanes go and they develop, they have like a spaghetti style map that shows every which direction they could possibly go. And so yeah, it shows that, and then as the storm progresses and moves, they get a better idea of the path and the trajectory of the hurricane. And Donald Trump posted, September 1st, posted a tweet about how it was going to hit Florida, Georgia, and Alabama, getting hit hard, much harder than anticipated. And he's trying to backtalk that and say it was going to get slightly hit. No, you said much harder than anticipated. And then the National Weather Service came out and was like, no, Alabama's not going to get hit. Don't listen to what the president's saying. He a dum-dum. President be dum-dum. And, yeah, that's a problem. It's a problem when our president of the United States doesn't know where a hurricane is going, doesn't have up-to-date maps, and is not being briefed. As we all know, our president likes to get his news from Fox News and watching TV. When I would kill for his intelligence briefings. I'm gonna first tell you, I would kill for the information that comes out in his intelligence briefings. He's got the weather, he's got what's going on in the Middle East. I mean, he's got it all. He's got all of the news up to date and the most accurate classified information there is. So I would kill for that information. I would sit there with my brief and a highlighter and I'd be like, bloop, 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 bloop. But he doesn't do that. And so instead of admitting that he had made a mistake, that he was going off of either old maps or what Fox News or someone that he had seen on TV was saying, he doubled down on it. And he said that the mainstream media was lying about him. And we heard this for, 7 days? And then he had the NOAA, I think it is, National, I don't remember the initials for that, I'd have to look it up. But he had them come out with a generic statement saying that it was going to hit Alabama. He had a general fall on his sword so that he could not admit that he was wrong. It takes a really, really big man to admit when admit your mistakes and move on and learn from them. It takes a small, weak man to stand your ground and act like you did nothing wrong. Our president is the latter. He is weak. He cannot admit when he is incorrect. He cannot stand being wrong. He thinks it makes him look weak, when realistically admitting that you're wrong and being an adult makes you look strong. I admit when I'm wrong. My husband admits when he's wrong. My mother admits when she's wrong. When you're wrong, just admit you're wrong and move on. Don't spend 7 days on Twitter. I'm sick of seeing it. It's on every news channel. It's everywhere. And he won't let it go. Just let it go, dude. Let it freaking go. It's ridiculous the amount of tweets that you're putting out. There was a tweet yesterday, and then there was, it's like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Let it go before I lose my freaking mind. And what makes this even worse is the fact that he's doing this while Hurricane Dorian is going up the coast. I am on the coast, the path where Dorian was supposed to take. I had to worry about flooding and wind and all sorts of other things, not as bad as some other places, but I did have to worry about it. And it irritated me while I'm sitting here trying to make sure that my trash cans don't blow away, that something doesn't come through my windows, looking at my trees, hoping they don't blow over, wondering if my mom is going to be able to get to work in the morning or if I'm going to have to take my SUV or truck because I can drive through higher water than she can. My husband had to take a day off of work because they closed down the plant he works at because of flooding and high water. And he's sitting here making light of it, making a joke, and still talking about Alabama while we're getting hit by a hurricane. Shouldn't you be talking about us? I'm just saying, shouldn't you be talking about us? Shouldn't you be talking about Okeechobee Island that still has people trapped on it because it flooded out there? Shouldn't you be focusing on that? Shouldn't you be focusing your energy on FEMA and things that are important instead of going after and trying to prove you were right on something you were very clearly wrong on. And then you came out with that map. That Sharpied map where you drew on and added to in a black Sharpie. It's a white cone and you added with a black Sharpie. And then you're like, who added with the black Sharpie? I don't know. It was you. We all know it was you. We all know that you added it on, that your staff really didn't want to give that to you. And it was like, are we supposed to believe? It doesn't even look the same, dude. It's a white circle, white cone with a black Sharpie added to it. Come on. How stupid do you think the American people are? Or do you just not care? You really don't care, do you? I don't think you care. I think you're just more into watching, more into your fans that'll follow you no matter what. And I've actually had a couple debates with people that are like, he didn't add that, that was there. And I'm like, no, it's clearly a sharper mark. I don't know why you keep trying to make excuses for a president that's dim-dim. Dim-dim. Our president is a dim-dim. And he also thinks windmills cause cancer, by the way. This is the person who wants to nuke the hurricanes. So once again, he drew it on with the Sharpie marker. And then to add insult to injury, I just found out like last night that he's now selling Sharpies with his name on them. The best way to drive liberals insane. No, dude, we're not mad, or your Sharpie doesn't tick us off. It's your lack of responsibility that is ticking us off. We want an accountable president. We want a president that is a man-child. I would take back George W. Bush in a heartbeat over you. And I'm not the biggest fan of George W. Bush. I would take Clinton, and I really am not the biggest fan of Clinton either. I would take Ronald Reagan. Not a fan of Ronald Reagan. Pretty much not a fan of any president, to be realistic. I'm a firm believer in holding them all accountable and being extremely, extremely hard on them. But I would take any president over you. Even Andrew Jackson. Just saying. You are a horrible, horrible human being. And you're making light of a hurricane where people are still suffering. And that is wrong. You are wrong. Cut it out. Stop it. Grow up. Stop being a giant man baby. And I will see you for the whole military report here in a minute. Bye.